Hey, I'm Dr. Jeff Temple. I'm a professor and psychologist at UT Health Houston, where I also serve as the Associate Dean of Clinical Research for our new School of Behavioral Health Sciences. I will say that when we often try to limit screen time and decide that screens are too much and kids are spending too much time on social media, we try to do an all or none thing, and that never works. It creates conflict, and it actually could backfire. So instead, I recommend not pulling the plug all at once. That's going to be a recipe for conflict. Instead, think about easing back to school routines, maybe a week or 2 weeks before classes start. So move bedtime a little earlier each night. Bring wake up times back to normal. That's going to also create conflict, but I think it's really important before school starts. And begin setting predictable times for homework, sort of outdoor play, recreational screen time use. Kids do really well with structure and routine. They don't do well with surprises, and honestly, the same goes for us, for adults. Yeah, not all screen time is created equal, and screens are an absolute necessary part of life and part of doing homework, and so we really do have to distinguish between a healthy use of screens and an unhealthy use, and really we should spend less time sort of policing them and what they're doing now, and are they on the screens now, and more time getting to know what they're doing on the screens. There is really functional use of screens. There's the screen time, social media is not all bad. It's not the boogeyman. It can be used to foster connection and belonging, but also educationally and to learn. I mean, I spend quite a bit of time on my screen. Some of it is mindless and doing stupid stuff, but a lot of it is just doing work. And so if I were to try to reduce screen time, I would really genuinely not be able to be a productive member of my team. It's a really good question and one that we're still grappling with. The science is not complete in this area. That there is some evidence and fairly consistent evidence that heavy screen use is associated with poorer sleep, less physical activity, more anxiety and depression, and fewer face-to-face interactions. And it could be replacing those healthy pro-social behaviors that is most impactful in terms of harming kids' mental and social and behavioral health, unless the screen times themselves. Sometimes kids who are already anxious or having trouble sleeping simply spend more time on screens. So it's probably a two-way relationship. So it's hard to say that one thing causes the other. The science just isn't there yet. And the concerns also change with age. For younger children, we worry about screens crowding out play and conversation and hands-on exploration, things we know that are essential for developing healthy brains. For teenagers, it might be a bigger problem is, cyberbullying, unrealistic comparisons, and feeling like they have to be online to be engaged and for FOMO and things like that. So really, I think what we need to keep in mind is that technology is not the enemy. It can help kids learn, stay connected, and even find support. The goal really is using technology, social media, smartphones intentionally rather than letting it use us.